Good morning, world. This is Ivan Omer again. This is gonna be another video in my Ivan's listening series. Hope you guys enjoyed my previous video where I talked about the usual Sky Source, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, the actors chosen for Zanus, all that stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying this very interesting series. So I'm doing another marathon today. I have a lot of things in my mind I want to talk about. Obviously, there's a good chance I might do a few marathons for the next couple of days. Because every time I watch my videos, I have a lot more things I want to. I want to say this, I want to say that. I have more things in my mind I want to talk about. And you're looking at a very, very interesting video for another video in this. And you guys better enjoy this stupid listening series while you still can. As once I'm king, I'm gonna totally forget about this stupid Saturday channel. I'm gonna be living the billionaire life with my wife. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna what? We're gonna start that Sky's company. We're gonna what? Make that amazing Last Brazilian story, as well as the Great Escape, They're Unique, Hidden Vampire movie, and the what? And that amazing Western gangster movie. The Western gangster movie might even be my second best movie. I'm thinking of the story. I'm like, yeah, that movie has potential to even be better than the Great Escape movie. You never know. But most likely, the Great Escape movie will be the second best movie out of my five movies. Obviously, there's some people who might like Great Escape better than even Zanus, but I highly doubt it though, because it's cooler seeing Iron VJ kicking ass in modern times. But I highly doubt Zanus is a better story. Just like it's cooler seeing Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, you know what I'm saying, Megan Fox in modern times speaking modern English. You have all these cool action sequences with the Transformers, but Zanus is still a better story. You see what I'm saying? Lord of the Rings is still a better story. You see what I'm saying? So even though it's cooler seeing Ivan VJ in the Great Escape movie kicking ass, speaking modern English, and secret badass agents, Zanus is a better story. It's still a better movie. You see what I'm saying? It'll be cooler seeing me and VJ in the Great Escape movie. You see what I'm saying? And you also have the big A-list actors like Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, Paul Bettany, the guy from Country Old Men. You have all those guys in the movie. And you're looking at what an amazing, amazing series, man. You see what I'm saying here? And for all you B-list actors, don't worry. I will have a few spots open for the Grayson movie for a major role. So I'll have the six couple. I'll have a good 6 to 8 couples, six couples who are training in the company. They're going to be major characters. I'll have like two spots open. Two of the couples, I'll have them be B-list actors as a major role. Pay those B-list actors a nice 2.5, 2.2, $2.8 million for the role, which is a nice paycheck, obviously. I told you, if a B-list actor needs money, you can pay him a bonus from his salary. So if the guy's like, all right, I need money, you can pay him an $800,000 bonus, $500,000 bonus, that way he has money for himself, and you pay him his $2.3 million at start production. Which is a rich salary for a B-list actor. That's $2 million are all walking away with, I don't know, 800, 900,000 million dollars in their bank. 800, 900,000 dollars in their bank. And so they're all walking away with a nice paycheck. They're not walking away as big of a paycheck as the A-list actors, but they're still walking away with a nice paycheck. As an $800,000 paycheck, $700,000, $900,000 paycheck in the bank is a nice paycheck for a B-list actor. That's a nice paycheck. Do a lot of good things with that money. You can buy a nice Porsche for yourself, go on a nice vacation, buy a house. You do good things with $900,000, $800,000. You see what I'm saying here? You can do a lot of good things with $900,000. I have just yes, I'm generous. The reason why I'm generous is because me and VJ are gonna have an embarrassment of riches. We're gonna make like 3.7 billion dollars off all our movies, man. And the posters. There's a good chance I might even make more money off my merch than even the movie. I might even make even 2 billion off the merch. You never know. Me and VJ might even make 1.5 to even 2 billion, 2.5 billion off the merch alone. You never know. We'll see what happens. Because for merch, most companies make more money off merch than they do for the movie sales. So me and VJ might even make more money off the merch. You never know. We might even make, me and VJ are going to make like 3 to like 4 billion on average for every movie, man. Hence why I'm very generous. Hence why I'm paying these actors an unheard of amount of money. Money that Hollywood barely even pays. As biggest actors for a big budget movie, they'll get like $300,000 for the role. Was I'm willing to pay them $2 to $4 million. That's how much A-list actors make in Hollywood. See what I'm saying? 5 to 8 million. That's how much. That's how much like bigger A-list actors make in Hollywood. $8 million, $10 million. That's how much I'm paying like rising stars, and the A-list actors get their $9+ million. You know what I'm saying? For the Great Escape movie, I'm thinking Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck for the three big A-listers. obviously, I'll pay Ben Affleck $36 million, and I'll pay him his $1.5 million for the poster sales, and he gets his $250K for the re-release. And I'll pay Keanu Reeves his nice $40 million, and I'll pay him his $1.5 million for the post sales, and he gets his $250K for the release. And Scarlett Johansson, I'll pay her rich $38 million. She gets her $1.5 million for the post sales. She gets her $250K for the release. Now and Paul Bettany, I'll pay him like $11.5 million. I'm not going to be hard on $11.5 million for him. That's good enough for the role, because he's a small A-lister, right? He doesn't get his bonus, but he gets his rich $11.5 million. And the other guy, I'll pay him like $5 million for the role of Hitman. And these guys are all my major characters. I'm going to give them a lot of scenes in the movie. That's why I want a nice 4-hour movie. That's why I give these guys a lot of scenes, obviously. And in regards to the other small A-listers and B-list actors chosen, I don't know who I'm going to choose for that, man. You have Henry Cavill. He's a good candidate. I'm not, but there's other good candidates too. I can have Dylan O'Brien be in that movie too. He can be one of the rising stars. Pay Dylan O'Brien a nice $5 million for the movie, which is a good deal. Obviously, I'm not going to be hard on $5 million for him. He's a rising star. I'll pay him like $5 million for the role. You can have Dylan O'Brien be one of the couples, obviously. And then, you know what I'm saying? You can have Henry Cavill, Dylan O'Brien, the other two, and the other like three, the Henry Cavill's wife or Dylan O'Brien's wife and all. You can have those guys all be B-list actors. Pay them like $2.8 million. You know what I'm saying, for the role, which is a nice deal, obviously, for a B-list actor. There's a lot of good candidates for the B-list actor role for my Great Escape movie, man. You have Nina Dobrev. She's good for that, you know what I'm saying? For a major role. Pay her a nice like 2.8. Nina Dobrev is pretty big. She's a B-list actor, but she's pretty big. You can pay Nina Dobrev like $3 million for the role of one of the you can have her be the wife. You can have her be the wife of, I don't know, Henry Cavill, the wife of Dylan O'Brien. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good. I don't have these people. I'm just throwing names out there. The only people who I have chosen are Paul Bettany and the other guy. With everyone else, you gotta send your rules. It's not guaranteed I'm gonna choose Keanu Reeves and all of them. They're most likely chosen. The Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck are most likely chosen, but in terms of the other small areas, I don't know who I'm gonna choose. I'm just throwing names out there. You have guys like Henry Cavill. You have Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien's good for the Great Escape movie. You can have him be one of the couples. They'll all be major characters. A lot of scenes in the movie. You can pay him like $5 million for the role, which is a nice deal. And Nia Dora, you can pay her. She's a B-list actor, but she's pretty big. She did Vampire Diaries, so you can pay her a nice $3 million for the role, obviously, if you want. She's good for that movie, obviously. If I were to cast Nia Dora, I would not go any higher than $3 million for her. And she's a B-list actor. You're never going to make as money. I'll never go any higher than $3 million for her, obviously. But I told you, I don't know how I want to choose a Great Escape. You got to send your reels, man. But I'm thinking those people are good for the movie. You can have Henry Cavill. You can have Dylan O'Brien. You know what I'm saying? Nina Dobrev. You know what I'm saying? She's a B-list actor. You can pay her a nice like $3 million for the role, which is good. Obviously, but again, you guys are gonna have to send your reels. But look, man, if I want to have these guys, I'll just have my agent give their agents a call, and you call them and you cast them for the role, obviously. But I only have those two actors chosen, man. Everyone else has to send their reels. There's a high chance I'm gonna choose those three big A-listers. With everyone else, you guys send your reels, man. That's how it works, man. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. And for their unique KJ Apa, he is chosen for that movie. I'll pay him a nice like $3.3 million for the role. If he's a B-list actor by then, which he most likely will be. If he's an A-list actor, I'll pay him more money, obviously. And I'm thinking Sandra Bullock is good for that movie too. I can have Sandra Bullock be VJ's mother. And they're unique. She's good for that movie too. Yeah, she's a good candidate, obviously. But I don't have her chosen. I'm just throwing names out there. You can pay her like $37 million. I put more money into the movie, pay her like $37 million for the role. But I'm only going to have like two A-listers for that movie, man. I'll have one big one and like one small one. That's it. And everyone else, I'll just have B-list actors. And so B-list actors are going to be given a lot of opportunity for their unique. As I'm going to have a lot of B-list actors in their unique as major roles. Pay those guys like 2.2, 2.3. They're cheaper. 2.2, 2.3, $2.5 million for the role, which is nice, obviously. Hence why their unique won't have as much buzz. Their unique will have a lot of buzz for the woman, obviously, but like it's probably going to be the least interesting movie, you know what I'm saying? It's a romance story with Ivan VJ. Crazy romance with Ivan VJ. So it's something crazy. If you thought the chemistry with Bella and Edward Cullen You know what I'm saying? Was crazy. You're looking at something twice, 3 times that for me and VJ. As me and VJ are lovebirds, and you look at something crazy for the romance of me and VJ. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore kissing. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy, yeah, man. Something bizarre. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, but even though I'm gonna keep saying this, even though the actors chosen for my movie, you guys already know who you are. All the actors chosen for my what? For my 4 movies, you're lucky, obviously. The ones who are not chosen, I'm sorry about that. You will not be saved. You'll be left behind, obviously. Even though these actors chosen for all my movies are lucky, they're not as lucky as the actors chosen for Zanus. And Zanus is a revolutionization of a story, man. You look at the best story ever told in motion picture, man. Better than all my other movies. Better than The Great Escape. Great Escape movie has an amazing story, but it will not top Zanus. Very Unique is an amazing story, but it will not top Zanus. The Hidden Vat movie is an amazing story, but will not top Zanus. The Western Gangster will be amazing, but will not top Zanus. As Zanus is going to be the best story ever told in motion picture. One of, if not the best story told in motion picture. Yes, even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. As I'm pouring unheard amount of money into it, the story is better than Lord of the Rings. Has to look at an amazing story, and Eric tests the devil himself. He feasts the devil himself. Better accuracy, better world building. I can't see what Lord of the Rings topping that story. Imagine 5,000 Safians like you know how remember Prince of Egypt? What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do for what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna hire Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson. The moment me and VJ plan Skyships with George Lucas, I'm gonna hire Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson right away. Obviously, and you can have them stay in a hotel with you, and you plan out the story in advance if you want. That way you're more prepped. You can do that. Plan out the story. I might do that, man. Hey VJ, do you think after we plan Skyships with George Lucas, let's hire Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson right away, and we have like a year in advance to plan out the whole script. That way, when we start the process of the movie, we're prepped. We can do that. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll just hire them when I start the process of Zanus. It's easier that way. Just hire them when we start the process. I don't have to do that. Never mind. Yeah. But what I have an idea. What I want to do for Last of Zanus, what I'll do is I can have me, Peter Jackson, obviously, and the assistant director. We watch movies and we get ideas from these certain movies. Okay, Peter, I'm thinking something like Young Messiah for Young Tactius, and then we sit down and we watch Young Messiah. We can get good ideas from what was in that movie. Then we're prepped obviously. Okay, Peter, I want to watch Young Messiah. I'm getting some good vibes for the story of Young Tactius. Except it's not in Jerusalem. The world is not like Young Messiah. No, it's a fantasy world like Lord of the Rings. But you can get some good ideas from the Young Messiah story. We can watch Prince of Egypt. Get some good ideas for the exodus of Safians when they cross the Chris Western Ghoulies Mountains. Give Peter Jackson some good ideas. Yeah, well, I'm thinking of having they have these torches and everyone's all scared. You know what I'm saying, because they're in Ephesus territory. Yeah, you give them a good ideas. Yeah. That way you get a better movie, obviously. Oh, Ivan, you have everything planned. Yes, I have everything planned. I want Zanus to be the best story ever told. Hence why I'm going to really work my ass off for that movie, man. And I'm a hard worker. When I work hard, I work hard. I work fucking hard, man. I'm a hard fucking worker, man. You Peter Jasper, holy shit, man. Ivan, you're a hard worker. Yes, I'm a very hard worker. I work my ass off. I'm a hard ass worker. When I worked at jobs, I always worked hard. I never slacked off. I always worked my ass off. Came late to work a lot of times, obviously, but I always worked hard. I always worked my ass off. I'm a hard worker. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah, so what I'll do is once we start the process of Last of Us, I'm gonna have me and Peter Jackson, the assistant director, we can watch, we watch Young Messiah. We can get some good ideas for Young Tactius. We can watch Prince of Egypt, get some good ideas for the Exodus of Safius. You see what I'm saying here? Get some good ideas for the Exodus of Safius. We can watch Lord of the Rings, get some good ideas for the Pelennor battles, all that stuff. Moria, get some good ideas. We watch the movies that we get good ideas. See what I'm saying here? We can do that. Study it, get some good ideas. That way you get an amazing movie, obviously. Yeah, I don't mind watching movies with you. We can get some, watch some movies. We can get some good ideas for the story. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking something like Young Messiah for Young Tactius. The world is not like Jerusalem. It's not like Jesus, obviously. It's a fantasy world of the Rings, but you can get some good vibes off that movie for Young Tactius, Young Tacitonius. You know what I'm saying? You get some good advice from Prince of Egypt for the excess of Safias. Yeah. You see what I'm saying here? That's my idea for what? For Zanus. That's why I'm going to be fully prepped for Zanus. Look, I can direct my own movie if I want to, but I know if I direct and act, it's going to be stressing, man. I'm going to be very, very stressed out. Obviously. I can direct my own movie, obviously, but I told you, it's just more stressing. That's why I'm just going to hire a director to take that stress off me. And what I'll do for Peter Jackson, when Peter Jackson takes his notes, I will go over his notes and I might add in my own, give my input too. Okay, I have some ideas for this scene too, and you write those notes with him. You know what I'm saying? That way you get an amazing story. Obviously, you see what I'm saying here? Yeah. That way you get some good ideas for your story. Obviously. Yeah. Again, I'm willing to pay Peter Jackson $75 million to direct, executive produce, and co-write my movie. He gets his $10 million bonus for pre-production, 3 years of pre-production, and he gets his rich $65 million salary. And I told you, because he lives in New Zealand, he's gonna make almost $80 million because New Zealand money is not worth as much as Canadian money. And Peter Jackson will be making almost $80 million for the movie, man. Like 78, $79 million. Yeah, man, he'll walk away with $40+ million in his bank, man. $40+ million in his bank he's walking away with. Which is a nice deal. He's gonna make a lot of money. He gets his $2 million for the release. And Mel Gibson, I'll pay him $50 million. A $10 million signing bonus, he gets his fat $40 million in start production. He'll be walking away with, I don't know, $26, $27 million in his bank. They're both walking away with a lot of money in their bank. Yeah, it's give them a good deal, obviously. As they're walking away with millions in their bank. And they get money for their commercials. I'll have Peter Jackson do 2 commercials. Okay, Peter, do 1 commercial the first year for the ad with the 17. You get your $30,000 for that. And in the 4th year, you do another commercial, you get your another $3,000. So you get $60,000 for a commercial, which is a nice deal. It's a nice paycheck, obviously. And I'm gonna put $200K towards my budget for commercials. Do a good. I'll tell them, look, man, put a good $25K towards every commercial. Do a good 8 commercials for the 4 years. Put a good $25,000 for every commercial. I have a budget of about $200,000. Green screen, all that stuff, and you get a nice for $25,000. You can do a really good commercial, a nice minute and a half commercial you can do before the trailer, the doc trailer starts and the movie trailer starts. You do something cool like that, and you pay the directors and your 17 actors for it. Pay them all nice $10,000 for per commercial. So the actors get $20,000 the second year, the 3rd year, and the 4th year for the 6 commercials, which is a nice deal, obviously. When I say the actors have to pay for their own food, the $20,000 they're making for my commercial covers that pretty much, right? Yeah, in the 3rd year they get another $20,000. Obviously, in the 4th year they get another $20,000. So while they're filming during production, I'm gonna tell Dr. Look, man, I want to do 2 commercials during the 4th year too with the actors before the movie trailer starts and the doc trailer starts. Yeah, okay, we'll do that, and they do commercials. Obviously. The actors will be doing 8 commercials. Sorry, they'll be doing, but the actors will be doing a good, I don't know, 2 commercials is enough. Have them do 2 commercials. 1 commercial for one doc trailer, another commercial for the movie trailer. You can do something like that. Yeah, 6 commercials is enough. Have them do 6 commercials. That's more than enough. And have the ads play before all the movie trailers and doc trailers. Before the movie and doc trailers begins, you have this ad play for all those. 6 commercials is enough. You don't want to be stupid with your money. 6 commercials is enough. $60,000 is enough. Which is a nice paycheck, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. 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 BVs are gonna own this nice property of land in Vancouver, man. So once I fly George Lucas to Vancouver, obviously during the 2 months, me and VJ are gonna purchase this nice property of land near the water. I'm gonna tell the real estate agent, look, man, I want property near the water in Vancouver. And me and VJ purchased this nice like 50 acres, 40 acres, and 100 acres of land. 40 acres is even big enough. A nice 30 acres, if I see nice property and next to the ocean, 30 acres, I'll buy it. 30 acres is big enough. That's 30 football fields. That's big enough. More than big enough, obviously. But if it's a nice property and it's 100 acres, I'll even buy 100 acres. Anything over 100 acres, you're wasting money. I'm not going to buy like 1,000 acres of land. That's crazy. No. 100 acres is the highest I'm going to go for my property of land. I see a nice property, it's 50, 60, 70 acres, whatever it is, me and VJ will buy it. And we're gonna make plans, we're gonna build our luxury office. Our nice like $20 million office, $18 million office, $17 million office. Automatic doors, the foyer, the computer software equipment for my 17. Look at something, I'm putting $1 million towards that computer software. And so it'll be easy for my 17 when they make those business calls. You have all the companies, they just speak. You know what I'm saying? They have headphones, they have callbacks, everything, the advanced system for them. Hence, everything is easy for my 17. They'll still be doing a lot of work, but because I put a lot of money into an advanced system, it's easier for them. And 7 people, hence why 7 people is more than enough if you put a lot of money into your computer software. I'm going to put $600K towards a super advanced payment system for my to pay the actors and crewmen, my 17 and the extras. I'm gonna tell the engineer, look, man, for the extras, I want this like machine. You know how you have the customs in the airport. I'm gonna have them have this card. Okay, for the extras, I want to have the system where they have this card. They scan the machine, they get their money in their bank. They have this like SkySource card. They sign up online, they just scan the machine, they get their $180. Simple like that, man. They go the $180 is deposit into their card. As you never pay the extras check. And never pay them cash. That stuff can get lost or stolen. You have millions of dollars in cash lying around. People can easily steal that. Never do that. And never pay them check too, as people can lose their checks. If they lose their checks, you still have to pay the extra. Hence why have a system where they just scan the machine. You're having millions of dollars. If they scan the machine, they get their $180. It's easier that way. So you have this line, you have this machine. And then everyone's waiting in line. Okay, next, and they scan the machine and get to $180. You have received $180. You can have a GPS. 600K is high tech. You can easily design a super advanced payment system for the extras and your actors. And the actors have something super advanced where the money gets wired into their account. The account punches in a term, 9 months, and they get their bi-weekly equal check. And it gets wired into their account or deposit into their account, right? You're listening top notch. 600K is very, very high tech, man. As most companies have like a $10,000, $5,000 payment system. And I'm putting 600K. That's very, very high tech, man, for a payment system. $600K is very, very high. That's why my Scottish company will blow Hollywood out of the water. As Hollywood, they probably have like a $10,000 payment system. They pay the actors check, direct deposit. Whereas me, it's something high tech with a GPS, their statements. You have received $200,000. You have received $100,000. You have received $80,000. You know, they listen to me top notch. The actors get every time they get paid, they have this. They get this email confirmation. They have their statements of the taxes, the agent deductions, on where they don't feel like they got ripped off. There's nothing worse than the actor looking at his check. They ripped me off by $4,000. No, go have a statement that way the actors can go over their statements and they can know how much they got paid, the agent deductions, the taxes, all that stuff. The agent's 10%. The taxes, all that stuff. I'm saying that way the accountant doesn't have to worry about the actors complaint. Look, man, every time you get paid, you get your statements. It's easy for the accountant. That's why one accountant's more than enough. There's a good chance I'll have a good two assistants and the crewmen who can help him out. Pay them their flat $150K to help them out if you want. You can have 2 assistants and the crewmen who can help out the account. But the account won't need any help because I put money into a super advanced payment system where the actors and crewmen get their statements. So the crewman gets his check. You know what I'm saying? You have received $2,000. Because the crewman won't be getting paid as much as the actors. You know what I'm saying? You have received $2,000. I'm saying the crewmen get their nice like $2,000 paycheck every 2 weeks. Their $3,000 paycheck every 2 weeks. Yeah, they're getting a nice check. And they're going to work hard for you. There's nothing worse than you work. There's nothing better than you working hard. You get spoiled with a fade every week. You get like a $2,000 paycheck, a $2,000 paycheck every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's a crewman even getting all the money. A $2,000 paycheck is nice, man. That's a nice paycheck for an average person, man. That's a nice paycheck in the bank, man. Hence why the crewmen are going to work harder for me than what they even did in Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying here? The crewmen are going to work harder for me than what they even did in Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying here? The crewmen are going to work harder for me than what they even did in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. But to be fair, Hollywood can't afford to pay the crewmen $150K because they don't have the kind of budget that I have. But I told you, if you can't afford to pay, I'm going to tell this out to Hollywood. If you can't afford to pay the crewmen their $150K or whatever, or a rich salary, the least you can do is fly them privately and spoil them with a luxurious buffet. Don't give them cheap food, one plate bullshit. No. Give them a buffet, that way they work hard for you. Hollywood can easily afford to give the actors a buffet and spoil them and fly them privately. They're just cheap. The big budget movies can easily afford to give the crewmen a buffet and fly them privately. The studios are just cheap. They don't want to do that because they're cheap, obviously. Whereas Ivan's willing to pay them a rich salary as well as give them an extra buffet. Hence, they'll work harder for me, obviously. Whereas in Hollywood, the crewmen work hard, obviously, but they're not going to work as hard. Chances are they might slack off in a few things. Slack off more, right? The crewmen work hard. Like the crewmen for Lord of the Rings, I saw the documentary. The crewmen worked their asses off. You can tell by what I've seen, the crewmen worked their asses off. You know what I'm saying? But because they got shitty money and they didn't, Hollywood didn't spoil them with luxury buffet, they're not going to work as hard. And that's why you got some cheesy scenes in the movie. You got some problems in the movie, obviously. The ladders appearing out of nowhere. You saw the orc army, they weren't carrying any ladders, and all of a sudden you see like 23 ladders appearing out of nowhere. Because the crewmen slacked off more, obviously. That one scene where the orcs breach Helm's Deep, there are a bunch of men, and all of a sudden, the next scene, you see 8-10 men left. Well, where the heck did all those other men go? Like, there was like, 200-300, like 200 men left. And the next scene, there's 10 men left. I'm like, where the heck did all those men go? It's a plot hole in the story. Why? Because it's the special effects people and editors, they slacked off more, obviously. Oh, fuck this. Fuck this. The next scene will just have 10 people left. Fuck this. I'm fucking getting shitty money. I'm getting shitty food. Fuck this, man. Oh, I don't feel like having the orcs carry ladders. Fuck it. Let's just have the orcs not carrying the ladders. And the next scene, we have a bunch of ladders appear out of nowhere. Yeah, because the crewmen slacked off, man. Because they got shitty money, obviously. And they got pressured on, too, man. As for my movies, I am never going to put pressure on the special effects team. Never put pressure on a special effects team. Give them breathing room. That way they're comfortable, obviously, and you're not stressed out. Don't put pressure on a special effects team. As for my last Resistance movie, I'm going to tell the special effects team, look, man, how long will, be honest with me, I don't mind waiting a little bit longer. How long will it take you to edit this footage? Ask them politely, you know, okay, all right, it'll take, if it's a 12-hour movie, it'll take us a good 6 months. Okay, it'll take you a good 6 months. I'll book the luxury hotel party 6 months later after filming. You see what I'm saying here? That way they're not stressed out, and I'm paying them a lot of money, and I'm spoiling them with a buffet and once-a-month parties during post-production. Hence, they're going to work really hard for me. Hence, I won't have to worry about those cheesy special effects. I'm going to tell the special effects team, look, man, I don't want any cheesy fighting, even in the background fighting for the extras. I want good quality fighting. It doesn't have to be the greatest fighting, like the main actors, but have it decent quality fighting. That way, you get a better movie. And they will. They'll go, I understand. Yes, I don't want cheesy fighting like you got for Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Lord of the Rings in the background. You see what I'm saying here? That's why I'm going to get a better movie than Lord of the Rings. Because I paid everyone an unheard amount of money, and I'm putting more money into the movie. I'm spoiling them with buffet, parties, all that stuff. And so they're all going to work harder for me, obviously. Flying them up privately, all that stuff. And so they're all going to work harder for me, obviously. You see what I'm saying here? I don't have to worry about those cheesy special effects. You see what I'm saying here? I do not have to worry about those cheesy special effects. Yeah. That's why me and VJ's company will be the best brand in the entertainment industry. VJ already knows what I'm talking about. She can see the future. She knows how top notch of a company VJ are. Oh, we're gonna be boss men. Have a nice office, an office better than all the executives in Hollywood. Obviously, a company. My movies will be better quality than all these big movies in Hollywood, and that's why my company will blow what Hollywood out of the water. I'm telling you now, Peter Jackson, once he sees the technology of the set building, the CGI, the costumes, the weapons, the actors, he's gonna be like, holy shit, thousands of actors. He's gonna be like, holy shit, man, your company blows Hollywood out of the water, Ivan. Whereas for Lord of the Rings, I only had a couple hundred extras, and they had to rely on CGI technology for the rest. Whereas for your movie, you actually hired thousands of extras. Yeah, thousands of extras for the war, thousands of extras for the gatherings, thousands of gatherings and all the lands. Yeah, man. Hence why my movie will be better. Will be what? It will blow Hollywood out of the water, obviously. Because I poured so much money into what? Into the movie. I know what I'm doing. And I paid everyone more money. I paid the actors unheard amount of money. Trust me, once the Hollywood actors in Hollywood watch my documentary and they see how much I'm paying all these actors, you see in the documentary 3 million, 8 million, 9.5 million, like, you know what I'm saying, 12.5, 10.8. 7 million, you know what I'm saying, like 5 million, 4 million, like they're like, holy shit, man. Ivan's company blows Hollywood out. Yeah, as most actors in Hollywood don't even make that kind of money, man. Most A-list actors get like 3 million per movie. And how it works in Hollywood, if you do a big budget, if they do a big budget movie, chances are only like 2 people made a lot of money and everyone else made shitty money. Because Hollywood can't afford to pay these actors all millions of dollars like I can do for my movie. Because I have such a huge budget, obviously. Hollywood can't afford to pay pay guys like Keanu Reeves, Ben Affleck, and Scarlett Johansson the kind of money I'm paying them in my Zane's movie for 3 actors. They can afford, if you have 1 actor, 2 actors, you can pay them that kind of money. But they can't afford to pay 3 actors, like 1 actor like 40 million, 1 actor 38. They can't afford to pay 3 actors that kind of money in Hollywood. No way. Chances are one guy will make like a rich salary and everyone else gets shitty money. That's how it works in Hollywood. Maybe 2 people might make a lot of money, and everyone else gets shitty money. That's how it works in Hollywood. 2 million, a million, 800 grand, 500 grand. Because Hollywood's cheap commercial prices, yeah. And that's why all the actors are gonna be shocked, like, holy shit. Ivan's company blows Hollywood out. Yeah, my company will blow Hollywood out of the water. I'm gonna show my camera here.